Blackout. Dancer's take position.
Wait, one dancer forgot a skirt.
Fuck. He announced the next. He skipped an award.
MC ko bhejo.
Ask him to take a pause.
No, let's just go with it now. Let's not change anything. We'll manage.
Stand by for AV. Go for AV.
Good show, guys. Going off the comms. Hi guys, I'm Meghaa Ghosh and welcome to the first ever episode of Off the Comms, a show that celebrates the camaraderie, the friendships, and the lighter side of the lives of the event fraternity. The five of us on this call have been in this industry for more than 15 years now. And while we've worked in the same agencies at different points of time in our lives, we have all never worked together before. We met at different times, got to know each other separately, but I think what brought us together was this industry itself. Not just the happy times at work, but the hanging out after work at our favorite bar, getting a drink, speaking our hearts out, listening to music. It was all the times that we spent off the comms. And this is not just us. It is the story of so many of our friends in this industry. Somewhere, it's the common thread that binds us all together. With that, let me introduce you to the first person of the five of us here. This guy started out at the age of 17 with showbiz, went on to 70, has spent 20 years in the industry, and 11 years ago, started his own company, which is Think Events. Now, this is the LinkedIn side of his story, and that's how I probably knew him till about a year ago. Here's what I know now. He is the Chandler Bing in your life, whether you know him or not. And he's also known as Quick Draw by his friends because he's always got his hand in his pocket, ready with his phone. And the minute you ask him something, he'll pick up his phone and he'll say, listen, I know someone. I'll sort it out. Like I said, I don't know anyone who doesn't love this guy. And with that, I am just going to pass it on to a guy I am very glad to call my brother. Girish, over to you.
Thank you so much, Meghaa. The person I want to talk about is someone who wants to walk on the moon. One of the most tenacious event managers that anyone would know. I have no clue how she juggles home and work the way she does. Every production guy's nightmare, I'm sure. Queen of Chembur, protector of her office chair. She knows about this. And I would have said mother of dragons, but then she'd be like, mere bachche logo dragon bulaya. But yeah, please guys, welcome Khalisi, Sony Advani Parikh.
Thanks, Girish. And the person I'm introducing today is someone I have known for a little over 3 years. He is our very own Google Baba. He's that geek friend we all want in our lives. His experience and understanding in the field of technology in the experiential world is unmatched. Since we work together, I know of a very valuable asset that he has in office. It's his very own coffee machine. So if we ever need a caffeine kick, you know where to get it from. His love for Android is very evident in conversations with him, especially when there is an Apple in it. You never get enough of his yes and no statements. One thing that he always wears, no, it's not his smile, it's his gelled hair. A great friend, a fabulous human being. Please welcome the lesser known as Chiku and the more known as Apps Apu, the Apaar Bhandari.
Cheers.
Chiku bhi aa gaya.
Well, okay. The next person who's there on this group, okay, now it's difficult for me to just, summarize an introduction for her in a short 30-second intro or something like that, because Anshu and I have actually known each other for more than 35 years. She's actually my cousin. Our parents were literally first cousins. And if I were to call, give a name to her, I would say she's the Monica of our group, since we are making references to friends. Extremely organized, cleanliness freak, and also the one jisse sabki fatti hai when it actually comes to work. Well, she's the youngest over here, but she's also the one who everyone gets scared of. I have known her actually most of my life as Bittu and not as Anshu. Yes.
All right.
Right? So Bittu Rani, please say cheers.
Thank you, Apaar. Thank you so much. I think I knew that was coming my way.
Of course.
But it's been fun all along, and I'm sure we're going to have so much fun more together. But our next inmate who we have with us is one who dons many hats. From being a show director to an entrepreneur and now an Insta queen, the only Pungali, That's half Punjabi and Bengali for the ones who don't
Shit,
know.
you did not do that. Benjabi.
Pangali.
Ridiculous. I should have
She's
seen this
the
coming.
only one who I know guzzles wine like we do water. A fellow
So
Virgo
proud.
who has passion dripping in her every word. So hello, Meghaa, Ghosh. It's so much fun to have you here with all of us.
Thank you so much, Anshu. That was a beautiful, beautiful introduction. Thanks so much. And I think we need to take the show ahead now. We're getting into the first proper segment of this show, right? And we said that events is why we are here. And to tell you more about that, Girish, over to you.
So, when we got into this industry, it wasn't like the industry it is now. Yeah, there were maybe one or two diploma courses that would teach you how to be an event manager. But then even they were not mainstream MBA-like courses. And everyone has their own interesting take and tale on how they've come here. Sony, I would like to start with you, as to how you started doing events or what made you do events in the first place.
So, like I've always said, events is not something that happened by choice. It just happened by chance. Many years ago, when we were all in college, most of us were in college, and I was pursuing commerce. Most of my friends at HR college were either pursuing a degree in chartered accountancy or a company secretary. And I was busy managing events there, being a part of the Road Track Club. And to my surprise, I realized today when I look back that I used to enjoy that perhaps even more than studying in the library. Going on after I graduated, I realized that I'm definitely not pursuing one of those typical careers, the white-collared careers, if I may say so. And that's when one fine day, an offer came to me from a wedding management agency. And it was quite unheard of. But I said that if something's come my way, I must take it up. And I lapped it up. And the rest is history. I did weddings for 4 years. And now I'm into corporate events for the longest time. So I think that's from my end. To Apaar, I think I'll come to you. And I think, Apaar, why don't you share something, with all of us?
It's a funny story. I mean, it's not really a funny story, but this is something I get asked all the time. So I majored in physics, right? So everyone obviously asks me, physics? What are you doing in events? And I always ask them, what did you major in? Commerce. What are you doing in events? Point is that it wasn't about, yes, my passion for physics and for technology, as you already mentioned, has always existed. But I was, to be honest, I was literally at this crossroads towards the end of my college years, where I was wondering whether I want to pursue further studies or जिसे बोलते हैं ना अपने पैरों पे खड़े हो जाना. I joined EMDI. I was also with another small agency for a short bit called Teapot Creative Solutions. Technically my first proper company. And then I was with EMDI doing my course. And at one point in time, Tanush, who was the director of 70, one of the directors at 70, came for a campus interview. And he interviewed me, and I joined. And incidentally, the first show which I kind of got onto, while that was IIJS, but I also got onto Kala Ghoda for another 3 years. So I ended up doing Kala Ghoda for so many years because eventually 70 took it over. That's just been my journey. That's been how I got into the industry. But Meghaa, how did you get into events?
So I was in this institute called National Institute of Event Management, and we were doing this one project, which was a channel launch. I won't take the name because everything that had to go wrong in an event went wrong in that event. Barring backstage, which 4 of us kids from this institute were kind of taking care of. An artist was on stage. He was supposed to get down in 45 minutes. He was there for 2 hours. There was I think I've lost count of how many times the sound went off. When another artist walked up, there was this exodus at the Regal room where everybody went for dinner. The final artist went up and called everyone back. And if that wasn't enough, the light stand fell and everything paused because one of the hotel staff had to be rushed out to the hospital at that point of time. Obviously, I didn't think I wanted to produce bad events, but I said, yaar, ye life hai, ye thrilling life hai. Kaun bank mein baithega, kaun doctor banega. This is what I want to do for life. And that's how Fountainhead happened for me, and that's how events happened for me, and that's how I kind of got into the industry. Tell me, Anshu, what made you join?
I think I always knew that I was meant to be doing something which was, related to creativity and organizing. So I think right through school and in fact even college, I remember I gave up my favorite subject, psychology, and wanting to be a forensic psychologist.
Wow.
To be able to, do justice to
Yeah,
head
that's like, wow.
to
Yeah.
head college festivals like Malhar and Jan Fest. In fact, I come from a family which is a family of jewelers and diamond merchants. But I knew I was cut out for something else. The cut, clarity, the three C's of diamonds were not meant for me. In fact, even just to do justice to let my parents know that listen, I've given it 100%. I've given it a full shot at the family business. I in fact was in New York for a full year. Got trained in the business, did the whole thing. And when I came back, I know I was not going to go back. I knew that I was done with it. So, in fact, my first ever event that I did, professional event, was also related to jewelry, which is the India International Jewelry Show. So my dad, to convince him, I was like, you know what, it's going to be good for our business. It's related to jewelry. I'm going to know so much more about the business doing the event. Only later did he realize that that's it. My daughter is not coming back. He's gone to events and that's basically it. So yeah, 70 is where I got all my, relationships, lifelong relationships, all that we've learned. So I have lots to give back.
And that's where you found Girish as well.
Of course.
So Girish, you tell me, how did you get into events? What made you come here?
You just have to flunk a FI BCom to be into events.
That's so misleading.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, luckily enough, I knew a few people who took me to showbiz, and showbiz for all you guys must know is the best event school ever. Back then, it was the best thing that happened. 4 years there, and the kind of vision that they had, the kind of teams that we had back then, Feminas, Film Fest, AAAI's, advertising awards. It was a fun thing to do. For 4 years, I was there almost. And then 2 years, I think, at 70, and that's about it. We've done, Apaar and I have done many shows at 70 together, including Kalagoda and Cartoon Network and many other shows that we've done. So those were one of the reasons why, many of those reasons why I stayed. And of course, then Think events happened.
Oh man, good days. And I think the only person who I know can do justice to the next segment is you, Apaar. So I'm going to shut up and let you go on with it.
Over the different shows that we worked on, we've all had these moments where the obvious didn't seem like the obvious, where assumptions were made that left us speechless, and where requests were made to us and our what the fuck expressions were coupled with means. So the next segment is called Means, and these are about those moments in our life. Okay, Girish, what was your means moment?
Long back, we had finished this event, and right after that, we were submitting our final invoice to the client. And while going through this final invoice, and my boss is sitting right next to me. So the client looks at the sheet and then says, Girish, you have charged me for 5 different generators for one show. Why? And I said, because there is general lighting, there is show lighting, there is another after party. So there are about different generators for it. And she said, you and I have trained together. And I can't believe you made this error. And, this is very simple. You just need one generator. And if you need the sound in, you need to put the sound cord in. Whenever you need a light, you need to put the light cord in. By this time, the boss, who also happens to be the owner of the company, looks at me, and then he was judging me at that point in time. And I didn't know what to say. She also wanted the set to be moved inside, which is 2 floors down, 60 by 40 set to be moved, through a 7 feet by 3 feet door. I just felt like...
Hi, Genie.
Means? You felt like means? Girish, what you said reminded me of actually 2 episodes. And it's happened twice where clients have, like how obviously because of budgets, your PA system is only in your main ballroom and not in your pre-function area. And clients are like, I need to make an announcement in the pre-function area. And I'm sure all events people will have come across this once in their life. You're like, but there's no speaker in the PA system. I mean, in the pre-function area. Yeah, but your mic is wireless, no? लेके जाओ sound इधर ही आने वाला है. This happened to me twice. Okay. And I mean that's like you said ना, like अच्छा यहाँ सेट को इधर से इधर शिफ्ट कर देते ना, हो जाएगा ऐसे ही 1 second में. All of us I think have some episodes, but Anshu, you have anything you want to share with us?
So I think it was one of my first few events, and we were, remember ITC Grand Central has this ballroom. It's the smallest ballroom. I think you can barely have.
Yes.
I think 100, 150 people at max. So there was this apparel launch that was happening. I was obviously handling only the artists and the models really for the show. And I know that there were only certain people on the team from the operations who were going to be there. So I've gone there in the afternoon, and setup is almost done. I can see most of it is pretty much done. But there are a couple of them huddled on the stage and just staring at the stage. Very soon I see, some other colleagues, one other person come in. Then I see one other person, shaved only half and half is clean shaved. Then other person comes in, dressed in shorts and coming. And I said, listen, event ke liye kaun shorts mein aata? I mean, I know we're casual, but it's a show, yeah, dude. How are you dressed and coming? So very soon I'm seeing all seniors from the company are all there on the stage and they're just staring at the screen, yeah. And I'm saying, what is happening? Then we figured that I think so they were basically doing like a logo which was placed, and that was acrylic cutout, and the tracing of it didn't match. So they didn't know that the letters, acrylic cutouts were much bigger than the tracing, and they didn't know how to kind of mount it on the wall. And they were all wondering, all the diggers of the team were there, and they were just trying to figure how.
I will admit I was the production person on that show back then. And
I was the one in shorts. I was the one in shorts, maybe.
So at the entire event, our entire agency, where all the production people have been called to help out, and everyone's trying to figure कैसे करेंगे, printer बंद है, print नहीं निकल सकता, and yeah, that's what makes them the means moments. I'm sure Meghaa and Sony also have had some means moments.
Yeah, I actually remembered one, and it was more of when you just assume certain things have to be done, right? And I mean, when they say common sense is not really common, and this is like a massive show we're doing, and we're doing like this watch out screen, and we've like double stacked projectors, and the idea is to have backup projectors on the show, right? So, when those 10 minutes before the show, you're just doing like one final check, you run through and you just check, and you look at the video guy and saying, listen, the backup projector is connected, and if there's anything, and the production guy turns around and says, हाँ है ना, but connect किसने किया, वो तो उधर पड़ा हुआ है console के बाद.
शो के बीच में ऊपर चढ़ के हम लोग लगा देंगे.
जरूरत पड़ेगा तो लगाएंगे ना. And so that was like the big means moment for me that I remembered just now in the middle of when you guys are talking. But I couldn't get over that. I don't think anything beats that for me.
Okay, guys, I think we've got a lot of means moments, and I'm sure if we keep chatting between the 5-6 of us, we can go on and on and on about our means moments in the industry. But at some point in time, we have to bring an end to this. So let's just move on to the next segment.
Okay, guys. So the game we're going to play now is lip sync. It's quite simple. It has one simple rule. Most importantly, please switch off your phones or don't use them to access or ask this from anybody offline. And before you start saying the answers, just put your hands up like this so that we can say it, and that's how you answer it. So here comes the first one to Girish.
Did you abuse me in Sindhi? What does that mean?
I know this.
Okay, say, Anshu.
Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao.
Chal, Anshu, you take this one.
Is that okay? I don't know, pass.
I know.
Say, Sony.
I think diesel khatam ho gaya.
Yeah, this is.
I'll go next. I'll be. And Apaar, this is for you.
वापस कर.
Shit, I don't know. This is a photo
okay,
he's
Anshu.
using.
Anshu, you tell. What is this?
Ungali.
That was a good one.
So I'm going to do the next one for Sony.
What?
I think
Get out.
Pass. I don't know.
Okay, Meghaa say.
Is it loud?
Layout.
Lay out. I thought get out.
Get
Get out. Make
Get out.
out.
Girish, this one's for you.
I also know this.
Wapis kar?
Sorry, do that again.
I don't know. What is it?
I think you said karobar.
Correct. That's what I said.
Ah.
Guys, with all the talking now, I think we're ready for some more fun. So we have Murli here, who is going to help us with some quick quizzes.
So let's start with the first question. There are two sections. Section 1 is on events specifically.
Okay.
So there are 5 questions on various types of events and event terminology as well.
Okay.
So first question goes to Meghaa. Here is the question. You see 2 pictures on your screen. You connect to name a warm phrase in event terminology.
I can't not know an answer to events. Can I get a clue?
No, we'll see. I'll go to Apaar.
He'll obviously know the answer.
No. I'm thinking.
Okay, I'll
Okay,
give
wait,
a clue. I'll give a clue.
okay.
The guy in the picture is Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Warm phrase.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll just give the answer. The answer is fireside chat. And next one to Apaar. This is fairly simple. 1984, USA and UK. Which simultaneous music event?
Did you say it was easy?
I was going to say why did I get an easy answer? Question.
I mean, I can just attempt this, but that happened in many cities. 1984.
If you think, not current affairs, a recent movie. I'll pass Apaar and go to Girish.
The AIDS concert, the movie being the Queen.
The movie was The Queen, but what was the name of the concert? I'll give half marks to Girish. This is live aid. So it happened simultaneously in 2 cities. One is in the JFK Stadium in Philadelphia and Wembley Stadium in London. It was basically not for AIDS, but for the famine in Ethiopia. That was the aid. Moving on, next question to Girish, direct question. This is a guy called Pierre de Coubertin, a Frenchman. He founded the Modern Dash, a big event in 1896. Though anyone would have thought it would have been a Greek person to do so.
Girish, pass it.
Pass.
Meghaa,
Olympics?
Olympics is right. Absolutely right.
Oh my God. I'm so happy. 1 point.
Now the next question is to Sony. The first of its kind, one huge event as per official records, was held in 1964 in New York with an attendance of only 100 people. Then it moved to San Diego annually. This year it has been cancelled due to COVID. The Japanese version is the largest with an attendance of over 500,000 people. It happens in India also in 8 odd cities. Give the generic name of this event.
Shit, I don't know. I'm going to pass. And as stupid as it may sound, but I don't know.
Okay, so it goes to Meghaa.
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con is right. Absolutely.
Wow.
I am so happy right now.
The next question is a buzzer question. Connect to name an annual event.
Mahindra Blues Festival.
Hey,
Hey,
Apaar.
listen.
I did.
Where's your buzzer?
I did. Oh,
I
sorry.
was the first and you can't say the answer.
Okay, relax.
You have to press and
Sorry.
wait.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. But it is Mahindra Blue, so we'll
And
share.
that's Buddy Guy.
That's Buddy Guy, and that's the Mahindra. Okay, now we go to section 2, which is general questions, and we will start with Sony and go
Okay.
clockwise. Sony, Girish, Apaar, and Meghaa. Okay. So question number 6 is this. Look at the two pictures and name a sports person, a sportsman.
Michael Jordan.
Wow.
Michael Jordan is right.
Correct.
Michael Jordan is right.
Correct.
Well done.
Correct.
My
Okay.
sports GQ, EQ, whatever is better. IQ is better than
Okay.
event.
Sports,
That's-
GQ,
that's-
EQ, IQ.
That's Petra and Jordan and basketball. So Michael Jordan is the right connection. Okay, question number 7 goes to Girish. Okay, here you go. Connect and name a classic authoress. One is a group of lions, and then there is an actress.
Ayn Rand.
Not Ayn Rand. I'll move on to Meghaa.
Louisa Alcott?
Not Louisa May Alcott.
Oh shit, did I goof up her name?
Okay.
I know the book.
Emma
I know the
Watson.
book.
Okay, I think we are done with this question. It is Jane
Little
Austen.
Women.
Jane
Jane
Austen.
Austen.
Shit,
Okay,
shit,
she wrote
shit.
Pride and Prejudice. A group of lions is Pride. And Emma, she wrote Emma. Okay, so now next question
Okay.
is to Apaar. Connect and name a TV serial, a famous TV serial.
I can think of Khandan.
Not Khandan. Move on to Sony.
Gandhi.
Gandhi, no, not Gandhi. That was a movie.
क्योंकि सास भी कभी बहू थी.
Absolutely right.
Oh my
Saas
god,
Bhi
are you
Kabhi Bahu Thi.
serious?
Well done.
Yeah, good
well
one.
done.
That's a good one.
Oh my god.
Excellent one.
Okay, that I would never have guessed it.
Okay. Question number 9 to Meghaa. Okay. Here you go. Connect these two pictures. One is tennis, and then there is a lady.
Sure.
Okay. Name a city.
Osaka.
Osaka is right. Absolutely
Yeah.
right. Because of Naomi Osaka, who is the Japanese tennis player.
Yeah.
So Osaka is right. So, okay. Now, the last question for the session. It is connect and name a movie.
Is it Bruce Almighty?
It is not Bruce Almighty, but you were close.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
No, not Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Okay, Girish,
Pulp Fiction.
not Pulp Fiction. Sony,
I don't
Okay.
know. Pass.
okay, fine. That is Jim Carrey, and that is coronavirus.
Yeah.
So the answer is The Mask.
Oh,
Oh, I kept building on the almighty aspect of coronavirus.
Okay, guys, that's the end of 10 questions.
yeah. The good one, Murli.
We
I
have
really
a
quite
clear-
good.
We will have a clear winner in this. I think Meghaa answered 3.
I am so shocked. I'd like to take my prize in the form of alcohol. If anybody wants to send it, I'd actually take a meeting. No,
We
but
just say
thanks.
cheers for now.
So let's just cutting out from the long conversations, which was a lot of fun. But I think now I want to have some fun. So I'm going to ask you some quickies, which are a whole lot of questions, which I'm going to ask in any order that I like. Each of you need to be ready with some rapid answers. Yeah? Are you ready?
Yay!
Yeah.
So first one, Girish, let's go with you. So red eye or last flight?
Charter.
I think we need to learn the rules of this game. Means what is this?
छोटी बातें तो हम करते ही नहीं है ना. That's a good answer. I really like it. I really like it.
No, it's like A or B. No, I don't. I want C. My kids do that. You're not a child.
Oh, there's another child in another group who also does that, but okay then.
What, you're talking about Phineas and Ferb and I say Perry the Platypus?
Correct.
But
Okay,
that's
so,
a fact, right?
so next one, Sony.
Yeah.
Console or backstage?
Console.
Apaar.
Hmm.
One superstition or quirk that you have for an event or for an important meeting?
One thing, I wouldn't call it a quirk or something like that, but I am a terror at the console and I always have to pick up a fight with someone or the other while on the comms. But yeah, that is something which is typical me. Initially, I used to be very scared that all my clients are going to be extremely pissed off with me, but I realized the clients who have actually fought with the most were some of my best clients, and they eventually respected it. Hello.
Okay, so Meghaa, next one for you. One
Yes.
stereotype in the industry that you've observed.
Holy Holy shit, you have to give me the toughest one, right? I don't know if it's a stereotype or not, but I think it's a given that when you speak to, and I want to say production with all due respect on it, but कि कुछ भी बोला हाँ हो जाएगा. That's like a standard. हो जाएगा. Like even if you've not heard half the conversation, हो जाएगा. It doesn't matter, but हो जाएगा. That is
not work with me or Apaar then.
Huh?
No, Apaar says yes and no. Apaar will say yes and no.
नहीं हो सकता है.
अरे वो कुणाल है. नहीं हो सकता.
Okay, Sony, if not events, where would you be?
Astronaut.
Ooh, I like.
Nice.
I really like.
Apaar, which television show or movie character do you associate yourself with?
Okay. House. Always snapping at people.
There's a theme that's getting formed here, but okay then.
Yeah. Everything's got to do with my anger, right? Anger management issues.
Meghaa, when you dance, you look like?
Why?
Phoebe Buffet.
Which is so much fun. Like she has the most fun doing everything.
Exactly.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
cute.
My God, yeah. Oh God. I also imagine myself. Okay, go on.
Sony, a song or a dialogue that comes to your mind right now?
Mogambo khush hua.
Not surprised. Not surprised at all.
Focus on the Mogambo, not on the khush, okay?
Girish, name your most prized possession besides me, of course.
Apaar.
Apaar jail.
Apaar gel.
Le.
Anshu, I have one for you.
Hey,
We should ask Anshu.
I have one for you.
oh
I have
God.
one for you.
Okay, say so.
When you close your eyes, what's the first thing you see?
Spaghetti.
Huh? Means?
Because I'm a foodie, yeah. I love food.
I'm sorry, Girish. I really thought she would have taken your name.
Nah.
Maybe
I
that's maybe
don't
that's
have
his pet
to.
name.
I don't have to shut my eyes na for him. I can.
Meghaa, that may be Girish's pet name, yeah. How do we know?
No.
Spaghetti.
No.
If you had fun watching this, hold on tight because there's lots of conversations coming your way with very interesting and fun people from the events industry. It's time to bring the hidden heroes from behind the console, the backstage, and the black masking on the stage. Until then, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
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 Warm phrase.
To relive for the rest of our lives. Tell us about. Okay, so we can cut this out. Okay, we'll take it only till means.
This is that expression I don't know, but I'm pretending.
Basically, event manager. I was the first, and you can't say the answer.
Okay, relax.
One of my first bosses used to say, "It's an incestuous industry." It's just too many people who know everybody, and everyone's working.
It's time to bring the hidden heroes behind the black masking.
चल जनरेटर बंद कर